Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be episode 44 of my gameplay on No Man's Land. So a couple things since you guys have last been here. First off, ignore the soybean pricing on the upper right hand corner. That's a mod that I have that's supposed to notify me of prices. We're going to sell our soybeans in a bit here, but you can just ignore that for now. So everything's going well. Actually our grass should be ready. If it's not yet, it'll be ready soon. Okay, not quite ready, so it'll be ready next month in July or tomorrow in June. Could be either or there. But our barley is ready to go, ready to harvest. That's barley, right? We got barley? No, we planted barley, didn't we? Yes, okay, thank goodness. And then we have sunflowers there, which is great. So yeah, our barley's ready to go. So we're going to get all of that harvested here in just a second. I did sell some more popcorn. We had another truckload of popcorn. I took it down and sold it in this. We didn't make a lot of money off of it, obviously off of it, but we did get some. And this is our trailer now. If you remember, last time we had leased the trailer, but I ended up buying it because there was one on sale for like 50% off or close to 50% off. So I decided that it was worth the 17 grand to buy it or whatever it was. So yeah, so I decided to buy that. Executive decision there. But other than that, nothing else has really changed. Made a little bit of money, spent 17 grand, so typical. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hop in our truck and get some soybeans sold off with you guys in here. And I do have a steering wheel and pedal now. So I've been enjoying using those bad boys. It makes my driving somewhat better or worse. I don't know actually if it's which one it actually really is. But it changes my driving. How about that? This is our first time using our really big, we're going to try to use our really big trailer because we only have 20,000 liters of it, so it should be fine in probably either trailer. Easy does it. Come on now. Seriously? We gotta back up more even with it? It'd drive me crazy. Holy smokes! Really killing me now. Oh, there we go. We had it for a second there. Alright, perfect. So, we're hooked up. Let's go to our silo. And I think the best place is the sell everything container. I think that's the best price right now for the soybeans, but we're finally going to get these soybeans sold off. What I want to do in this episode, I want to add some more businesses in. I want to get, obviously, our crops taken care of, and then, without running over too many of them. And then I do want to add in, I want to do some upgrades on our farm. I think that's what we kind of need at this point. That's fine for that. Go. All right. Let's switch it over to our soybeans. Can't remember how much this holds, but this should obviously have plenty of space. But I think, yeah, I'll let that save there for a second. Take a look. Soybeans are going to be best sold at, I think that's the best price there, $11.68 yet. Sell everything container, which should be that right there. All right. And there we go. We're hardly even filled at all, which is all fine and dandy. Let's move ourselves around this way. We'll get rocking and rolling here. I may do some more in-cab driving as we go, which, I mean, we can probably... There we go, got our cover on there. Might as well put it on there. I might as well do some in-cab driving here, but as you can see, the wheel's pretty nice in terms of how it responds to everything. But we'll drive into town. I'll stay with you guys, or I'll have you guys stay in here for now, because we're going to make some good money off of this, I think. Our soybean sale here, so... I mean, we're probably going to make, what, 25? Well, probably close to 30,000, yeah? I think close to 30,000 if I'm doing my mental math correct, which is pretty good for us, so we'll definitely take that. Full speed ahead here. And I think we need to take I think if we go down this way, this is perfect here. Yep, there we go. Getting lost in my own town that I've created. With the help of you guys, of course, as you guys have given me good business ideas and business suggestions for what should be in here. So I do appreciate that. And this should be... Oh, no, it's the next yard here this turn. There we go. And I probably will want to hop out to back up into that a little bit easier. Hop out of our in-cab driving. There we go. Perfect. Does that actually lift up that way, straight away? Oh, no, it just kind of opens that way. I was about to say that. That would be quite the lift gate there. Let's see how much we get for our beautiful soybean harvest that we have here. Any day now. Taking our time unloading them, that's true. I guess if they're the way this bed is designed, it would take a little bit to unload them. So you probably have to hop up in there and scrape them all out and stuff. There we go. 25. Okay, so not quite 30, but $25,600, which is pretty good. I'll take that. What I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to put a cut in here. And then I'm, you know, just because I'm feeling really crazy. Let's just drive through this. But I think I'm going to put a cut in. And then I think we'll have you guys watch maybe a time lapse of the harvest. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to do a time lapse of the harvest because there's 2 harvesters that I'm going to run on there to try to speed things up a little bit. I'll probably do a time lapse of some kind this episode. I try to do one every other, you know, about, you know, I don't know, maybe every episode or so. It just kind of depends. But I will do a time lapse probably this episode at some point. I don't know what that's going to be of or anything like that, but we'll see how it goes. But anyhow, I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to start getting everything harvested, all of our barley harvested. And I'll bring you guys back in later on. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing later on, but we may talk about some of the stuff and do some of the upgrades to our farm. Again, I have no idea what the thumbnail is at this point in my video. So, yeah, I'm going to keep rocking and rolling, and I'll see you guys here in a bit.
You wake me up in the middle of the night. You say I cannot wait till the morning. Some things just have to be done in the middle of the pouring rain. I still remember the look on your face, how you smiled the first time I met you. But when I look at you now, there's no trace. I guess it's all been erased. You tell me that it's over, that we just hurt each other, but we don't have to end up this way. We're underwater, way off the shoreline. I try to reach you, but you're drifting away. We're underwater, but there's still time left. If we want it, we can breathe again, breathe again. I'm not surprised that you're feeling this way. I've long known that you're bothered by something. I don't believe that you're right when you say that we're better off this way. I guess it's true.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Oh, and I just realized what I need to do real quick before we get too far here. I totally forgot to turn this baby up. There we go. All right, so you may wonder why I put both of our trailers in here. We are going to sell both of them, and you might think we are crazy, and it is kind of crazy, but we're going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to get it figured out. So 200,000, so let's see how far above we're able to get above 200,000. Sell. Okay. Sell. Okay, so 236. So we just made about 36,000 selling those two. And then let me make sure this is not set anywhere weird. But this guy, look at it right here. I was like, oh, look, more trailers, but those are the ones we just sold. Look at this guy. Now, it can do 110,000 liters in the single tank configuration, and it still does all the crop types. So this thing is legit. We have to use it. We have to get it. I'm going to go none on the side decals. I kind of like the beacon lights being on there. Oh, the license plate. I don't really care too much about that. But yeah, the rest of it's fine. Does it cost a lot to change the color? Not a ton. We might go with a different color. Kind of like that silver there. So there we go. Okay, $55,409. So yeah, we spent an extra 20 grand on the upgrade there, but I think personally it's going to be really cool and really worth it. I'm using my keyboard and mouse right now to steer, by the way. You'll know, I'm sure you guys can probably pick up when I'm using each one, but there we go. So, and these trailers actually do kind of make it easier to turn and deliver stuff because they'll turn with you a little bit. And you can chain multiple of these guys together. So if we get more of these guys, we can do, oh, how come I have the dual tanks? Wait a second. Hold on. Backing it up, backing it up. I swore I chose the single tank. Let's make sure of that real quick. Now, the other thing, too, is I think it's a free configuration, so I don't think it'll cost us anything to configure it real quick. And that should pick up the trigger. Okay, let's see here. Okay, customize. Yeah, dual tank, single tank. Okay, it should be a single tank now. Yep, it's a single tank. All right, weird. I don't know why. Did I do that? That might have been my fault. Regardless, we have a single big tank, 110,000 liters, and it has like a 66-ton capacity. So, weight-wise, we should be fine to hold that much. Is it a little unrealistic? Yeah, probably. Honestly, yeah, that's probably about double what this trailer would actually hold. But we're not trying to get an unreal capacity modification or anything like that. It's just that trailer. This is a great trailer, and I think it looks good, and I think it'll fit well for our farm. So there we go. But while we're in town, there are some new businesses, might I show you. First one is right here. We have a plumber in town. So plumbing on there. Some just different pipes and stuff. An old fire truck back there. All the standard stuff. This is from a comment made by Mr. the Killer Clown. Says, hey, Farmer Cop, with all the people and businesses that are moving in, you need to update your plumbing system. I'm a plumber in real life and I've always wanted my own business. I could add the septic tanks for the houses and run the businesses to the new city system. So there we go. This is our plumber. We need a plumber in town. I agree. That's something that's needed. And then right here, right next to the movie theater, we have Mark Thor's Seafoods Restaurant. It says, great episode, FC. I like to have my seafood, and that's in quotes, that's S-E-E, intentionally, not like seafood, like, yeah, anyhow. A restaurant back in town. I'll buy any fruit, veggies, cereal, meat, dairy, cooking oil, wine, or anything I can use in the restaurant. I'll pay whatever the going is. Rate is plus 2% if you look after me. Look forward to the next episode. Keep it up. So there we go. Mark Thor's traditional restaurant is back. And now there's a lot of extra space back here. So what I decided to do is kind of role play it like Mark is good friends with the movie theater owners. And so they have extra parking here that they use from Mark Thor's place. And that way he gets some more traffic in terms of people coming through here after they get their movies, everything like that. So yeah, there we go. Now I know this isn't probably the ideal restaurant I would have chosen or the ideal setup. Obviously it says Mama Joe's on it. But this is kind of the only other restaurant option we had that's not out there. If you guys have any like PC or building mods or anything like that you can find to add more stuff in, let me know. I'm always down to add some more stuff in. But anyhow, there we go. And then finally in our little kind of shopping strip here, we have a butcher now. We have a butcher right in this building right here. Psychotic Butcher was the person who commented, said, okay, hear me out. Psychotic Butcher's Animal Store. Get your animals and fresh cuts from the local butcher. So there we go. We have Psychotic's Butcher right there. And those are the 3 businesses I added in. And honestly, I'm surprised I added in 3 businesses today. And you'll see why. Because I did a ton of work on the highway. It took me forever, I feel like, to do it. So we are no longer going to take this underpass to go under there. That road will still go somewhere eventually. So it wasn't all for naught to have that second bridge there. But to get to our farm now, we take this route because the highway people have been busy. Let me show you. As you can see, they've extended it further along. And that's the entrance to our farm right there. Now, it doesn't seem very far from the town compared to how... Oh, geez, Louise. Just about ran off the road there. It doesn't seem as far as it would have been before. You can see they're still continuing out this way. Here's a turn in here. But, and then power lines and everything. I love it. But if you look at the actual map itself with where we're at, we own this land, so they can't build on it. So the highway's going right along here. So it goes down here. It kind of makes a turn, goes up this way. And it's going to keep going eventually until it gets to here. Then it's going to cut here. And then it's going to head just up this way until I kind of role play it going off the map right there. So that's kind of the plan for the highway long term. I think that's a good plan for it. I think I'll like that as an option. I know before it went this way as well. In the last series, it kind of went off this way. But this gives us this whole area, which the highway used to go in, I think, halfway. Or maybe it was a third of the way in. So we're going to do a little bit more with this. Now, if you remember from what we own these 2 chunks. I do want to buy this one pretty bad. I also want to buy this one, and this one. So obviously we want to keep filling those in. This chunk looks perfect for its own big field. But what I think we'll do, since we don't have that one yet, eventually I think we'll make a field here, maybe sooner rather than later. We do have a lot of forestry work that we'll have to do, so we'll probably get another one of those small sawmills set up. But let's go ahead and drive this in here, and then we'll go into flyover mode. We'll kind of take a look at the farm. Oh, and also I did put a little, obviously, as you guys already know, I did put a little time lapse in of yeah, did a little time lapse of some mowing. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Just something I figured I'd throw in there since I haven't done one of those in a while. But yeah, so our farm, we need to start getting a little creative about it, and I think it's time for us to modernize as well. So actually, yeah, we're gonna actually go straight into build. Well, you know what? Let's go into flyover mode first. I think it'll be easier from there to see what we're talking about. So this is our farm now. We own, if we open the map up, we own this line. Our field goes out on this line right here up to about here. Then it cuts over to about here. Then it cuts back down. So we own this big chunk of land here. It's not the most useful, and then it kind of cuts back in, and then we own that because we don't own these two chunks. And yeah, it's kind of a weird shape. So the problem with what we own right now, which if we look in the menu is, again, these chunks here, missing these two here, is there's not really a lot I want to do with those yet, because here I would like this to be a big field. I think this could be a big field along here, connected to this, and we make that a big field. Now, I don't want to do that big of a grass field, so then we'd change the grass to somewhere else. And what I thought about that is maybe once we buy this chunk, we do that transition. We buy this chunk, we can put maybe the grass field up over here. I don't want to do a huge grass field. Honestly, this one is about as large as I would want to go, because there's a lot of work to do the grass. But we could have this chunk of land focus on grass work, have maybe like some sheds out here for our grass equipment, do all the mowing out there, and then have a storage yard for it, and then have it only take up like, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of that block for the field and the rest of it for storage and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought in terms of, where's the highway? Here it is. So that would be for this chunk right over here. Now this stuff might get developed with other stuff. I actually probably will put maybe another farm in there, maybe like a competing farm, or actually, honestly, we could own it as well. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to do a ton. I might even just kind of leave it alone, or maybe do a park there or something. Yeah, so anyhow, I just kind of leave that alone, but that can be our mowing area right here. That kind of block there. And then this block, what I want to do is put like a house and maybe some sheds up in here. Start storing, well, actually, honestly, I'd rather store some of the equipment down here in the kind of the epicenter of the farm. I think that makes a little bit more sense, maybe around the lake here. So I'll put some sheds in eventually, but I think this is where our house should go, is maybe right on this chunk right here where we don't have a lot of room for like farming and stuff like that. But we do need a better house than what we have right now. And we can put a small garage up here as well. So I think that's what we're going to do this episode. But obviously, there's not a ton we can do right now in terms of our land, I don't think. So let's go ahead and take a look at maybe putting in a house. Now, this is a little askew. This is going to cost us some. This is going to cost us a pretty penny. I just want to forewarn. We can make that bigger. That'll make it quicker. But this is going to cost us some money. But sometimes that's just the way it is. Actually, that didn't cost us what I thought it was going to cost. I thought that was going to be more expensive, though I do want to take out some more of that. Kind of go along there, and then I do want to soften that. Okay, about 20,000 in landscaping so far. Now buildings, let's go to farmhouses, and let's kind of pick out a house that's going to look good. Now, obviously, there's definitely some options, some small ones, but I think we need to get like a legit house. Now, I was thinking for now, we need just something for now. So what I was thinking is maybe like this like little kind of mobile home for now. Oh, we could even get the silo living by Omaton. No, maybe we won't use that. I don't think it really fits into what we got going on here. But yeah, later I want to get like a nice house. Honestly, this is even like a little $30,000 house. That's not bad at all. Honestly, we could even just go with this 40,000 guy and then just call that good. I think that's a big enough house for us. Now the question is what color. I actually kind of really do like that red. So I think we'll go with this red house here. Yeah. Sleep triggers around back, which is great, fine and dandy. In terms of from the highway, I think we'll maybe put it like right there. Now I have some highway noise, I know. But I think we can do some things to kind of make that look nice and do a little bit better there. But the other thing I want to add in was like a shed, a small garage of some kind. Could just do a carport, but I'd like it to actually be like a legit garage, and we could park like some of our more valuable stuff in there. Now I don't want it to be super, like that's already too big anyways, but there might be another option here that looks nice and is not super big. But if not, oh, like of course, this is perfect. This is perfect for our little setup here. Yeah, that's perfect. We're gonna put that right there. I think that'll be, yep, right there. All right. Now landscaping wise, let's go ahead and do some painting. We're just going to have a gravel driveway because I think that makes sense with what we have going on. Actually, I'm going to do this shape. So I'm going to do gravel up to kind of where it hooks up to the road there. And then obviously this, I'm not going to do gravel the whole way into the farm, but I will go gravel up to about there because I think that fits well. Now, I want a little bit back here. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I want a little bit of gravel back here because obviously we have that kind of set up there to go there. I'm going to kind of hook this in. Now, I do a lot of landscaping, and I know this is kind of making the episode a little longer, and I apologize for that. If you're not curious about landscaping, this is pretty much what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. I just want to be honest with you. A lot of you guys, though, ask questions about how I do a lot of the stuff on here, so I think this is probably helpful for some of you, or some of you care enough about this that you'll hang out and watch. We'll do that, kind of loop that around to there. We don't need a huge driveway area, and I kind of want it to, yeah, to kind of go into that like that. Then we can fill this in real quick. Perfect. So I really like that. And then I'm going to make this smaller again. I'm kind of paint some of that in there. I actually want that to go right up to the kind of the garage shop area. And this can also be grass through here. Now, problem is grass is super expensive to put in. And I also kind of want to put in some trees. Because I think some trees will be good for kind of a sound barrier. Maybe a little bit bigger than that, but like that kind of style of tree, like those kind of like big poplars. Maybe something smaller. Oh, these are so expensive too. Woo, those are, of course, that one's $2,000. Those ones are huge. We may go back to those smaller ones. Yeah, let's go back a little bit further here. See, like that's about the, is that too big? Honestly, that's not too big. Oh, the other thing we could check real quick as well is fences. There might be a, yes, a hedge. How tall is that? That's not tall at all. That doesn't even, that's not going to work for me. I don't think there's a taller option either. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Oh, there is. Yes, that would be much cheaper and I think much better overall for us if we have that in there. So, but I think we still need the trees as well. So what I'm thinking is we can have a little bit of space here, but I think maybe we even go right up to that. I think just along there, kind of add that part in and then maybe go up that way a little bit. Again, we're burning a lot of cash, but we're literally building a house. So, and this needs to be done. This needs to be done. I've had enough of our garbage house for long enough. I mean, I'm the one sleeping in there. Obviously not really, but also really. So, and this all has to be grass, which is this is going to be the cost right here. Get grass put in here is going to be the big. And goodness gracious, if we mess any of it up. I think it doesn't charge us if we put it over top of itself. Yeah, so this is just kind of got to be grass because it's going to make it look nice. It's got to look nice. We're burning through pretty much all the money we have. Well, again, we're going to make money off our silage and everything like that this year, so it's not like it really is the end of the world. And honestly, there was grass here, which is frustrating, but we did all the landscaping, so that got rid of the grass, which it is what it is. And I think we can just go big mode here. We've spent so much money on grass. There we go. And I don't really like some of those bushes there. All right. Now, tree-wise, now here's where it's going to get, again, even expensive again. Those aren't tall enough. This guy is $1,000, but it is, I think, about perfect. I think right on the other side of this, I think we do kind of as like a barrier, you know, from the road. I know it's expensive, but I think it'll be worth it because it'll look really nice. And we deserve a nice house, you know? We deserve a nice house, so. Go a couple this way to help kind of defend from that side. And that will dampen a lot of our sound. I know the sound actually isn't really an issue, but that'll theoretically dampen a lot of our sound and kind of give us some privacy there. Those might even be a little too tall, but I like that. I think that looks great. Now we need like a big, like, I don't know, we need like a nice, like that. That's a really nice tree to have in the backyard there. And then we need like a kind of an accent tree here, like something, doesn't be something big. Honestly, it could be, no, that's not going to work. I've used so many of those on the highway. I'm going to try to use something different. Oh, like that one. Well, that kind of overhangs our road, which might irritate me. Honestly, it would irritate me pretty quick. I do like the look of that tree, though. I might put one back there. And these ones are a lot cheaper, so this is not a big deal. Like these little guys here are not a big deal for us to put 1,000. Maybe we'll just put some like little bushes. Yeah, kind of like that. I like that. Okay, obviously we started this process out with like, I don't know, like 160 or $180,000. And we have ended up with 30,000. But we have a really cool house setup. So there we go. That is our new house, our new residence. There we go, guys. And on that note, I am way over time, but we're going to wrap up the episode there. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys so much for coming and for watching.